Hey guys, Trap God Senpai here with Wagaruji for another collab video. This time, we decided to do a tier list ranking some of the most popular waifus. Hope you guys enjoy it. Now I'll let Wagaruji introduce himself.
Hey, what's up, guys? Waga Aruji here. Excited to be doing another collab video with my friend Trap God Senpai.
Alright, starting us off, we have Ai Hayasaka from Kaguya-sama. So she's the maid from the show. She's Kaguya's family maid. Super gangster, super sick. I think she's actually a much better character and way better than any other of the girls in the show. So I would probably put her at around. I'd put her in A tier for now. Pass it over to Wagaruji, see what he thinks. If he disagrees at all.
I'm not too well versed in Kaguya-sama, so I think I'm just gonna let you have it. But judging by that picture alone, yeah, I could see A tier. She looks like that standard like kind of I'm tired of your shit side character, just from the picture alone. And I'm always a big fan of those types of waifus. So I'm
Yeah, I
down
mean
for A
she's
tier for this one.
she's kind of just like the homie looking out for Kaguya and stuff. So she also has, I think, like one of the best dressing aesthetics in the show. No, you can't see it, but she has like some sick fits and stuff. So I think A tier is pretty good. Um, so we
I
can
do
just
like
jump.
her hairstyle.
Yeah, it is. She has like the little side ponytail thing. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Um,
hot.
I do believe you have seen Akame got killed though. So you want to start the next one?
Yeah. So we've got Akame from Akame ga Kill.
Wow.
Now, obviously, just the just the best character in that show. Like honestly, I don't think any of the other girls in that show even come remotely close. I mean, at
Yeah,
least on,
facts.
you know, in the main cast of characters, let's say. There's a couple others in that show that could compare to her, and we'll get to them later. But yeah, for Akame, I'd say for me, she's also an A tier, as she's got that like kind of ditzy personality, which I find really charming when it comes to waifus.
Yeah, I think you also got to factor in when they're going to be like the top waifu of the show. They either have to have colored hair or colored eyes, and so we got the red eyes here checked off. I think we can put her above Ai because she's just not the main character, and Akame just straight up murders people, so it's sick.
Yeah,
Um,
I need me a waifu who's not afraid to kill.
Yeah, for real. So we'll put her ahead. We'll be ranking them like inside the tiers. It'll go left to right. So like farthest left is the best, farthest right is the least of the tier. So now we can start off with our next one. We got Akano from High School DxD, and I don't think I need to say much, man, but I'm tossing it up in S tier. So High School DxD is such a sick show. I love the show. Completely for the plot. The plot is amazing. I don't care about anything else. It's not like what do they call it? A fan service or whatever. I don't think it really has that much. But so the plot's fantastic in the show, and especially when she has to suck the demon juice out of his fingers. That's very plot driven device right there. Especially when she does it in a robe straight out of the shower and it's like moist and stuck to her body. It's plot. It's plot, and it's an S tier
Yeah.
plot, so it goes into S
Yeah,
tier.
S tier plot. S tier plot. 100% agree. S tier plot. I love plot. Oh my God. More plot, please, in every anime. I just,
That's good.
yeah, S tier plot.
Okay, so we agree on that one. S tier, here we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let you take this one away from here because I'm pretty sure I know your stance on it.
All right. So, yeah, obviously, Albedo, yeah, give her own tier. Best waifu of all time. Honestly, like top of S tier. Just fucking holy shit. Please step on me.
You see, but the thing is, though, I don't. Is she really above Akano?
Yes.
But like, why? What reason? You gotta make your case
Dami
here.
mommy. Hello. Big mommy milker.
Yeah,
Step
but
on me,
but
mommy.
you have to realize that the only way that she's gonna love you is if you're Irons, and if you're Irons, then
Hey,
you're not.
little
She's
did
not.
you
She's not a
know.
Dami mommy if you're Irons because she wants to be like subservient to him.
Little did you know, we all have an Ainz inside of us. I could become Ainz at will.
Oh, that was deep. That was deep. We all have a little bit of Irons inside of us.
I literally meant a skeleton. Thank you.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
so I would become a skeleton to make her love me.
Um. Okay, fair, fair, fair. I think they're pretty similar like character designs as well. They have like the almost the exact same like figure, hair color. but one of
Yeah,
them
both
also
both big mommy
they both
milkers.
murder people too. So GG's
Yes,
there.
sir.
We'll give Albedo the
Yes.
win for this round. Okay, so coming up next we have Alice Nakamura from Food Wars. So she's like the cousin or something to Erina, like the main female of the show. She's got like all these cool like futuristic cooking styles where she uses like these like scientific beakers and like cryogenically freezes the food and shit. But I think she's good waifu, good like solid. I'd put her in B. That guy that uses like all the Indian spices and stuff is like kind of her like right hand man, and she treats him well. They have like, a good dynamic, and I think she's a solid person. She's cool, nice character design, everything. I think she's solid. Maybe I'm trying to
I'm
think.
okay with B tier
I'd put her.
for.
We'll
I
put
feel
her in
like
B for
she's.
now. She might move
I
down to
feel like
C.
she's reserved. She's got a charming personality where like she'll challenge you, but at the same time, it's not like I don't know. Once you take her up on the challenge, she opens up a lot more, and I feel
Yeah,
like she's got a lot of charm behind like her facade she puts on. I feel like B's a good spot for her.
yeah.
She's a solid choice, but not like a bad one. You know.
Yeah, we could put her in B for now, and then in relation to the other ones as we get going, we might move her up or down. But so the next one we got is Asuna. I'm gonna go ahead and just put her in F tier, dude. I like she's just always getting just merc sauce, dude, by everyone. Like it's just always something. Save Asuna, save Asuna.
She's got the Sakura effect going hard for her. She's just like literally there as a reason for Kirito to like
Yeah,
fight people.
and also you got to think is that she just like forced them to adopt a child, and I don't know, man.
She didn't even know if it was somebody's child. They just picked her
Yeah,
up in
she
the woods
stole
and she
him.
was like, "Mine now."
So I'm gonna leave her an F. I just don't like see the value in her character. I think she's literally just like a plot device to just drive the plot, I guess. So I'm gonna keep her an F. She's cool. She's cool, nice character design and stuff. Like better than some of the other ones, but not.
Yeah.
If you're gonna take into account like the character and stuff, it's just gotta be lower. So here we go. Konosuba coming up next. We have Darkness. I am going to put her in. Where do I think she should go? I think I'm gonna put her in the top of A tier, just because I think first of all, she's definitely the most likable in the show. Like I didn't put Megumin on this list because I don't like her at all. And I also didn't put Aqua on the list, although I like her more than Megumin. I still don't like her that much as a character. But Darkness
Yeah, I
has like the
find
whole like
Aqua really annoying.
yeah, she has a whole like self-deprecation thing going on, and like she always says like the really weird like kind of like BDSM fetish stuff, which is just like a little out of character for the show, but I think it's dope.
He
Like
really
when
likes
she
BDSM.
when she's like the big bad guys are coming up, and she's like, you can break my body as much as you want, but you'll never break my mind. And they're like, no one said we were gonna do that. She's like, no, 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 you could just beat me and hurt me, but you'll never break me. And it's really funny, honestly. Though I think it's super funny. So I'll put her at the top of A tier, and she has like some weird. Her real name's like Lala Tatiana or something. It's just crazy. So I'll put her at the top of A tier for now.
Yeah,
Any qualms with
I'm
that?
not a huge fan of Konosuba, honestly. As I said in our previous videos, a lot of the jokes in that show, I just like they're not my kind of humor. But character design wise, I do agree. She stands up there with the best of them. Even if honestly, if you had put her S tier, I don't think I would have refuted it just on character design alone. I think she's definitely top tier waifu material, and as far as characters in that show go, she is probably my favorite. I definitely don't like Megumin, and I think Aqua's annoying. I also
Well,
think
I mean, just
the
like how I don't understand how people like Megumin. How useless like can you be that you can only use one spell per day? Like it's just I know that's part of her like shtick. Like that's why she's supposed to be like likable and stuff. And but it's I just don't like it. And so
yeah, it's just not for me.
I think she's by far the best in her show. But when I look at the other S tiers compared to her, I think that she's like just a step below them. So I got to put her in A.
Yeah, going off character design alone, I can't say I'd put her up there with my S tier Albedo.
Okay, so next, coming up next, we have Erin Anakari, who's like I said earlier, it's the cousin to Alice. I think I think she's sort of like a stereotypical like prototype like main female in the show. She butts heads a lot with the main character. They have like that sort of relationship where you know they're gonna end up together. You want them to like end up together, but the whole time they're butting heads at every turn, and it's like the whole like when you're like kids and you're like kind of mean to the person you like or whatever. It's kind of like that whole
Very
trope,
much
like
the
that whole trope going on.
the
But I
stereotypical tsundere there.
Yeah, but I do think that she has a lot of good like character development. There's more deeper stuff to her than a lot of other people in the show, like with everything with like her grandfather and like her dad and like her whole family, like the Nakiris, her having like the god tongue or whatever they call it, where she can only eat like these gourmet foods, and like if she eats something else, like she'll have like an adverse reaction, like way worse than anyone else. Like just like the whole like kind of she had to be sheltered growing up. Like I don't know. I like the character and everything, so I think I'm gonna put her A tier behind Akame. I think that's where I'm gonna put her. But
Yeah, that's around the spot I was leaning to. Like, I feel like I don't know, it's very satisfying to see her open up to the main character, but I don't know. She's definitely, in my opinion, not S tier. It's just like a little too cliche for me. She's just like she's definitely fun, and like I said, I definitely enjoyed watching her and the main character get like much closer as the show went on and everything, and them like discovering that like while they butt heads all the time, they actually really enjoy each other's company. But like again, like there's a certain quality that's needed like above and beyond like the standard what you expect from like primary love interest
yeah,
when it comes to this sort of stuff. So I'd say A tier is a solid pick for her because she compared to again some of the others on this list, she's just a lot better.
yeah, I got you. That's kind of the way I was leaning to, like just with your explanation. I'll jump into the next one too. So we have Urza from Fairy Tail. I wasn't a big fan of Fairy Tail. I watched
Me
like
either.
there's like so many. It's just like one of those long running shonens. But so I watched like I don't even know like maybe the first like 100 episodes. Like I think it was on Netflix and I was just binging it one time. I'm not a big fan of Fairy Tail. She's pretty
Me
cool.
either.
Like she's badass for sure. Like one of like the most
Yeah.
badass like waifus on this list. So I think that's enough to get her. I want to.
For the Dami Mommy aesthetic, I'd say B alone is enough. Like Fairy Tale
Yeah,
again, like just as you said, like it's definitely not up there for shonens for me, but like based on how we're ranking the rest of them, I feel like the Dami Mommy aesthetic has to put her a little higher on the list. But B, I'd say it's a solid B for me,
yeah.
just
I
because
think I'll put her above Alice. I think she's got enough chutzpah to put her above, huh?
chutzpah. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with your choice there. Like I said, like Fairy Tale is really popular, so I feel like that's fair. A lot of people would pick Urza, but she's just for me personally, I'd say she's a good mid tier. Like if A and S tiers, all the ones we put up there were not a choice, she'd be in my top contenders.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you start off on the next one.
So next one we've got Death from Akame ga Kill, the primary antagonist of the show, the one pulling the strings from behind. And I mean, you already know my opinion when it comes to Dami mommies and waifus. So she's gonna be pretty high up there for me. I'd say for Death specifically, I don't know what it is about like blue hair, uh, especially when they're like sort of evil waifus, but that puts her up higher for me there. So I'd say at least top of A in my opinion.
You think top of
I
A?
really I really enjoy her as a villain as well. Like aside from like the whole waifu thing, like actually thinking about the actual story of the show, I really find her interesting as the character and I thought she was just a badass through and through.
Yeah, I think I agree with a lot of the points you made there. She's like super like she first of all she's super strong. Like when she just like makes all those she's like ice, right? Like she had all those like ice like tsunamis and shit she was making like crazy ice powers. But she also had like a soft spot for like the main character, which was I always like that when it's like the badass like villain has like this weird little it's almost like there was like a curse put on them to like be in love with them and they can't like fight against it.
Yeah.
But I always kind of like that dynamic when it's like they're supposed to, especially when they're supposed to be like opposing forces. And so I like that. I think I'll keep her up there. Yeah, top A sounds good. I think she has a little more going for her than Darkness and the rest of the lot in A tier. So I think that's a good spot. We got her in a good spot. And just like the last one, I think I'll let you take the next one too.
Oh boy, we got Fubuki. Oh my God. I would totally join the Fubuki group. I'd do whatever she wanted to. You could, I mean, shit, I'd become a dog for her.
You're sick.
Jesus
You're a sick
Christ.
bastard.
Dude, look at the, oh my, she's just like in real life. If I met a girl that looked like that, I would just give her everything I owned.
So, do you want the numbers
Like
on
she
the
wouldn't
back
even
of
have,
my credit
she wouldn't
card?
even, she wouldn't even have to ask. I would just hand it to her. I'd be like, "Here, I'm sorry. Thank you for gracing my presence.
Here's
You
my
are a
wallet and
queen.
here's my pin.
Yeah, here's everything. Here, you want my identity too? You can have it. She is a queen, and for me, that's an S tier. But I know you have a different favorite in same
Yeah. Well,
show.
so
So
we both have a different favorite in the show. But so Fubuki is really drippy too. Like I do dig her fits. Like she just looks like a
yeah,
pimp. She looks like a
all
early 2000s like pimp. Like she's just walking the streets like
all
making
jokes
sure
aside, she is drippy as hell.
her girls are turning tricks out there for money. It's just like she's just like a certified gangster. But I think just the
Ice on her
fact,
neck,
yeah,
bro.
right. I think I'm gonna have to put her at the bottom of S tier, just because she's like, for all intents and purposes, she's not that strong.
She's definitely not that strong. And honestly, I don't think I'd rank her above either of our other S tiers.
So
So that's perfectly fine with me.
I think I
She's
could
a
put
more
her here.
realistic. She's a
Yeah,
more
she
realistic
it's
person
weird
in
though
this
because
list.
they're all anime, but this one does feel more like a real person than the other ones. I don't know why, but like in my head, like Fubuki just feels like more of a real person than like
Even
any of
in
the other
One
people,
Punch
like
Man,
Akano or like Esdeath. Like she just feels like an actual like living person, like a 3D person instead of a 2D person. I don't know why. I don't know if
when you
that's
get
like a
to
common opinion either, if it's just me, but I just feel like she really does feel
well,
like more of a real person.
when you get to shows like One Punch Man where the MC is just insanely overpowered, they always do this trope, right? It's like a design choice because the best way to write a story like that is to have a character in it who the audience can compare themselves to. So introduce it like it originally was Genos, but obviously he became ridiculous and is a cyborg. So it's kind of hard to like place yourself in his shoes and experience the main character's power through that person. So I feel like Fubuki was the standardization of the group. She's still stronger. Obviously, she's still involved in events in the show, but she's much more down to earth, acts like a real person, does things normal people would do. It still has power, but is much more relatable to the audience, and they can kind of see themselves. They would react to seeing the events in the show the first time the same way that Fubuki would. So she's like a good normalcy in a show of people who are literally capable of destroying a planet with one punch, you know? So I feel
Yeah,
like that plays into a lot of it too, why she feels more realistic than some of the other ones on our list.
yeah. All right, so next we got Hinata from Naruto. So this one is where I'm like a little bit conflicted. Like I wasn't a huge Naruto fan. I don't really like many of like the waifus in the show, but Hinata's like the quiet girl. Like she's always like shy, super nervous. I always kind of liked that those like cliches in a character, and so I think that that's enough for me to. I think I'm gonna put her above Alice. Not Alice, sorry, Erina in the A tier. I think this is a good spot for her. I think she plays to her strengths a lot in the show because she is just that like quiet girl that just had a crush on Naruto forever. And also, I think she gets bonus points because she actually ended up with Naruto, where a lot of the time the quiet girl kind of accepts her relegation to like being the number two of the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And doesn't really ever get there. Like, there's always like the outspoken one that's always hanging out with the MC, and then the shy girl that like admires him from a distance and kind of just like that's her plot, like that's her part. But she actually ended up winning, so I think that's good enough to get her like middle of the pack A tier. But your thoughts?
No, I completely agree. Honestly, like I'm not like Naruto is probably my number three of the big three. You know, not counting Dragon Ball because I don't think that is the big three anyway. It's like the OG one. But yeah, I think Naruto is my number three. But no one can deny the ability and like that the writing is insanely good in Naruto, and I think that really shines through Hinata. You know, always just staying true to her word. And also, if you've ever seen Naruto the last movie, I think her character design in that movie alone puts her in A tier. But yeah, definitely, I agree with your opinion. She, for the first time, we see the quiet girl actually, win the contest for the main character's love, and I think that's really cool as well. Even though I despise Boruto, I think her character still shines through in the scenes that she does appear in that. So
Yeah.
yeah, solid A tier for Hinata, and I feel like that's extremely fair because I mean, aesthetic wise, I'm not like a huge fan of like how she looks, but I think they do her a lot of justice.
Just put a mask
Um,
on her.
when they do use scenes in Naruto that are more like geared around romance and things, I feel like they really do Hinata justice in those. So I feel like A tier is definitely a solid choice. Definitely would not put her above Akame there. So I
Yeah, I
feel
mean,
like
I
that's a
think
solid
I
choice.
think the big flaw with like the Hyuga clan, like in general, is just that their eyes, like their whatever it's called, I forget what the eye things are called in Naruto.
Byakugan.
Yeah, I know it's called Byakugan, but like I don't know what the name for it is, like the Sharingan Byakugan. Like there's a term for the eye, the
Oh,
hereditary eye things.
Kekkei Genkai.
Yeah, I think they just like kind of it was cool at first, but like they dropped the ball, I guess, on the I think design of it because it kind of looks like when people are blind and their eyes are just kind of like they look like they're fogged over.
Yeah.
That's
It's
just kind of
also
what it
just
looks
like a
like.
it's also just kind of like a worse version of like the Sharingan.
Yeah, I mean
Like
it's
it
just
does
it's
the
not
same
very
stuff,
it's
it's
not very
just less
powerful.
good. Yeah.
Hey guys, so that's the end of part 1. These videos always end up running longer than we expect when we're recording them, so like last time, I'm breaking it up into a couple uploads. If you guys liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more content. Also, if you enjoy this type of content, go ahead and leave a comment about what you want to see next. Any specific tournament brackets or tier lists, we're open to anything. And like always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you all, and I'm super happy about the community we're building on here. That's all for me, so stay tuned for part 2, and I'll see you guys next time.